Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE NXT review for October 25th, 2017. I believe that's the right date, but I will double check and just make sure you look at the title down below in the video, because I don't exactly know if that was the right date or not. Alright, but yeah, so this episode actually ended up being really good. I kind of regret that I didn't do a live reaction to it, because I didn't really expect it to be really good. I just didn't, but sometimes you miss out, right? But anyhow, so we have the commentary team of Percy Watson, Nigel McGuinness, and Mauro Ranallo. William Regal's backstage, and he announces that since Nikki Cross was screwed out of the NXT Women's Title Fatal 4-Way spot, well, I guess this would have been a couple of weeks ago, but since I'm binge watching this show, I can't tell. So she says that she's going to get another opportunity to compete for the belt because she's going to be in the Battle Royal. And he also announces, because of what happened in the main event in the previous episode, that the Authors of Pain are going to get the rematch for the NXT Tag Team Championships against Sanity. But whichever two members compete in the match, the third guy will be banned from ringside. Later on in the night, we find out that it's going to be Alexander Wolf and Eric Young, which makes sense because that's the team that defeated the Authors of Pain in their first loss. I thought this was a good backstage segment, kind of set the tone for the night, made you want to watch the show next week, and I will be doing a live reactions to the next episode. And then we had the first match on the show. It was Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. This was a really good match. I was really happy, and I popped huge to see Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch finally team up. This is something they've been building to for a few weeks with their on-screen relationship and after the past few matches. And this ended up just really being a really good match. They both teams really gave it all out. I actually didn't know who was going to win this match because I'm like, they wouldn't have Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch lose their first match, would they? But then I was also thinking, well, Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss, they're kind of, starting to become a good team. They could win this match as well. I actually didn't think that Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss were kind of going to win, but I'm like, they could win. So this match, you didn't know who was going to win, so that's made this match better. And, the match, I thought, Danny Burch and Orny Lorcan, I thought hit some nice double team tag team moves. Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli got the heat on Orny Lorcan for a while. Got the heat on Danny Burch for a while. Then Orny Lorcan got the hot tag, and he hit the blockbuster out of the corner onto Riddick Moss. And then eventually he gets hit with a fall away slam into the turnbuckles by Tino Sabatelli, and they knock Danny Burch off the apron, and they hit a gory bomb, like neckbreaker special onto Orny Lorcan for the win. So overall, I really enjoyed the match. I thought it was really good, and I actually am starting to like the team of Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. I think they're coming into their own as a tag team, and I'm actually digging the tag team division down in NXT. You got a lot of teams down there, and I like it. I love it. Keep the tag teams coming. So, but yeah, Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli win. And the match was really good. I'll give it 3 1/4, and I really enjoyed the match. Then we had the Battle Royal, where the winner was going to get the final spot in the Fatal 4-Way match at NXT TakeOver Houston. And pretty much this Battle Royal consisted of pretty much almost the entire Mae Young Classic competitors, as also Billie Kay, Nikki Cross, and that's it, actually. That was like pretty much who was in this Battle Royal. Nikki Cross immediately goes right after Taria Conte, which I thought made sense considering the fact that she screwed her out of the Triple Threat match a couple of episodes ago, and she eliminates her right off the bat. So Taria Conte gets upset. She pulls Nikki Cross under the ring, throws her into the steps, and then Peyton Royce, who was ringside, takes the opportunity to throw Nikki Cross into the steps as well. No, actually, because Taria Conte threw into the barricade, then Peyton Royce threw Nikki Cross into the steps. And what didn't make any sense is why wouldn't they just put her back in the ring so she could get eliminated? I didn't think that made any sense at all. But that's always what I hate about Battle Royals is They always do that. Somebody who got a big pop when they came out, by the way, was Candice LeRae. I thought she got a huge pop. And then, the Battle Royal was just a lot of kind of just people just fighting like you typically see in a Battle Royal. And I thought Sage Beckett looked pretty good in this match. She had got a lot of eliminations. They put her over as this big powerhouse woman. And eventually Nikki Cross, what was kind of weird was everybody just gets in the middle of the ring and starts fighting. And I was like, why are they doing this? But it made sense for what they do later on in the match. Nikki Cross gets up on the turnbuckle and just dives on everybody. And she starts cleaning house, eliminating everybody. Eventually she gets cut off by Billie Kay. And her and Billie Kay start fighting. And they run through the ropes. And since they both just lay each other out, neither of them get eliminated. Eventually it comes down to the final four. It was actually another spot I liked in this match. I didn't even mention this. Was Billie Kay saved herself from elimination by holding on to a Bianca Belair's ponytail. And I thought that was sick. And she's able to save herself, and then Bianca Belair whips her with the ponytail. And eventually she ties her hair up in a bonnet. I don't even know what it's called. And just because she's done with that. And eventually it comes they eliminate Candice LeRae, who got a big entrance. Obviously we figured she would be over because she's been huge in the indies and stuff. And then eventually Mercedes Martinez, who I think sucks, and Bianca Belair fighting on the apron. Nikki Cross comes up, eliminates both of them. And then Billie Kay tries to eliminate Nikki Cross, so she thinks she's won. And then instead Nikki Cross eliminates Billie Kay. So now the stage is set. So William Regal comes out and holds up with the NXT Women's Championship. And Peyton Royce gets in the win. And then everybody else, Ember Moon and Kairi Sane, the entire Fatal 4-Way competitors come out and have like a big stare down. I thought that was a nice touch. So now the Fatal 4-Way match is set for NXT TakeOver Houston. It's officially called Houston, and that I do know now. So looking forward to this 4-way match. I don't know who's gonna. I'm thinking like I have a feeling that Kairi Sane's gonna win because they had she came in with this big signing. She won the Mae Young Classics. I don't see her losing, but I kind of would rather Ember Moon win because of her story and her road to get to this title. So we have to wait and see on that. Then Drew McIntyre gets interviewed and he talks about the NXT tour that he's going on. Then Selena Vega comes up and she's upset that she still hasn't gotten a contract from William Regal about an NXT championship match. So Drew McIntyre then says that if Andrade Cien Almas comes up to him face-to-face and ask him for a match, we'll make it happen. But until then, I'm very busy. I don't have time for this. Overall, I thought this was good. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Then Aleister Black was supposed to have a match, but the Velveteen Dream pops up from the ground, throws Aleister Black into the steps, ties him up in the ropes, and he tells him to remember his name, slaps him, tries to beat him up some more. Aleister Black kicks him in the head, goes for the Black Mass, and the Velveteen Dream rolls out of the win. I actually like this attack. I thought the Velveteen Dream looked very good, and I think they're still marketing him as the Velveteen Dream, but I've noticed throughout these past few weeks he's not acting like the Velveteen Dream. He's actually acting like Patrick Cloak now. So I actually like that, and I like this kind of storyline they're going with, where because Aleister Black is like this character that really doesn't acknowledge anybody. So the Velveteen Dream wants him to acknowledge him, so I actually like that storyline. I just don't really like his gimmick, but like I said, we've seen less of the Velveteen Dream gimmick and more of Patrick Cloak, which I like. Alright, then we had the main event. It was Andrade Cien Almas with Selena Vega ringside versus Roderick Strong. Before the match, Selena Vega and Andrade Cien Almas cut another promo pretty much talking about the same thing, about how they still haven't heard from their NXT title match and stuff, and they said they're not going to be patient anymore. So they take ribs at Drew McIntyre talking about his first WWE run, which I liked, and this match I thought was really good. Like I said, when it comes to in-ring, Andrade Cien Almas can really deliver in the ring, but he just doesn't have anything else outside of that. But I think he's starting to kind of work now because he's got Selena Vega that can help get him over, and he can get himself over in the ring, so I think it's working for him now. There's just still nothing there. Roderick Strong dominates the match for a bit. He hits a backbreaker right onto Andrade Cien Almas. Then he tries to hit like a back suplex on the apron. Almas counters and hits like a reverse DDT on the apron. Almas then starts to get the offense and he dominates Roderick Strong for a while. Roderick Strong starts to make his comeback. He hits a flapjack gutbuster, I think it was called. And they really start to have like a back and forth match. Roderick Strong hits a drop kick. He hits a ton of high knees. And he hits a suicide dive on the outside. A wrecking ball drop kick. Andrade Cien Almas hits a running knees in the corner. The DDT through the ropes. And he also hits wicked clotheslines. And they both just really went all out in this match. Eventually, behind the referee's back, Selena Vega hits a Hurricanrana, sending Strong into the steps. And then Andrade Cien Almas hits a hammerlock DDT on Strong for the win. And afterwards, they go to the commentary table. They take Mauro Ranallo's headset, and they pretty much challenge Drew McIntyre to come meet them face to face, and tell so that way they can demand an NXT title match. We find out on an exclusive that William Regal does grant the match. It's now going to be Drew McIntyre defending the title against Andrade Cien Almas at NXT TakeOver Houston, and next week they're going to sign the contract for, or the next episode they're going to sign the contract for it. Then afterwards, the Undisputed Era come out, and they offer Roderick Strong a spot to join the group. They give him the wristband, and Roderick Strong kind of sits there thinking about it. And I actually like the way the show ended with like a nice little cliffhanger, wondering whether Roderick Strong would join up with them or not. So I like that. Overall, this was a really good episode of NXT. I can't really think of anything I really hated about it, so I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it... I'm not going to give it like a perfect 10 because I don't think it was like a perfect show, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because I thought this was a really good show. And I'm really looking forward. It's got, I think NXT is definitely really good. I don't know why I stopped watching it for a few weeks, but when I start watching it again, damn, it gets really good. So I really enjoyed this show. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to make any more videos today, so make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notification for it. Do the same thing for my CM brothers and all the Talking Eddie YouTube channels. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.